Hi, this is Annie, and I'm making a series of videos to talk you through how to set up and use MyFitnessPal. And I know it can be really overwhelming. So the idea with doing this series is to just do one step at a time, master that step, and then move on to the next. I'm going to try recording this on my computer so that I can do step by step on my phone and show you and talk you through it. So here we go. This might be a great time to grab your phone um, and pull up the MyFitnessPal app. If you need to download it, just pause the video, download it. And then once you have it up, this is for if you have the free app. You can do premium, just like $10 a month. I don't think that's really necessary for, I don't use that or for any of my clients. You can get everything you need with the free app. Okay, so when you open it, it's going to look like this. You're going to have the little screen across the bottom with your options. And you are going to go to the bottom right where it says those three little dots and it says more. When you get that, it's going to be a screen coming up that looks like this. Go to right in the middle, it says goals. And you can put your starting weight and your current weight, or just your current weight, doesn't matter. Put in your goal weight. Oops. Okay, so that screen's going to look like this. You just tap on the blue numbers and that will come up with a screen for you to change those. To plug in your own macros, you're going to go to nutrition goals. And now when you plug in some of this initial information, MyFitnessPal is going to tell you what it thinks your goals are. Don't worry about that. Just ignore it. Okay, listen to your coach or listen to yourself if you've calculated your macros yourself. For some reason, I don't know if MyFitnessPal thinks we're all like super skinny little gym bunnies or something, but like as far as I've seen, their macros tend to be pretty far off. It's a great app for tracking, but it's not great for calculating. And also in that same realm, we've already calculated your macros to include the activity that you're doing, the workouts, the walking, the lifting. So don't track or enter the workouts in MyFitnessPal because that will, so it's like we've already accounted for those calories in setting your daily calorie and macro goal, and it will like add them back in double. So it will have you eating like double if you track the exercise within the MyFitnessPal app. So just use it for what it's really good at, which is plugging in where you want to be with your calories and your macros, and then using it to look up the food and to track the food and keep track of it. It's really good for that. Okay, so about halfway down the middle of the page, you're going to go to nutrition goals, that gray bar, and then first thing under it is calories, carbs, protein, and fat. Okay, so here it's going to have probably a default entered. You're just going to tap on it, and when you tap on it, this little screen is going to come up. Plug in what I told you for your goal, and then just hit the check mark right here when you're done, and then that'll set it. Okay, and then for the macros for carbohydrates, protein, and fat, with the free app, it just lets you do a percentage, not a number. So that's why for my clients, I give you both the number and the percentage. I try to keep those percentages to what's in MyFitnessPal so that it'll be accurate. If you have a more customized macros that is not on it only lets you do the percentages by 5, so like 25%, 30, 35. If you're in between, just set it closest and memorize what your real macros are, and just know that this is giving you a close approximation. But for my clients, I try to set your macros so that they are on those even multiples of 5, so it should be pretty easy. So just tap on the first one on the top is carbohydrates, tap anywhere on there, and it's going to bring up the screen for all 3 macronutrients. And the reason is because it's going to tell you if you have it set for 100. So if you're trying to set your macros to like 40, 40, 40, it's not going to let you set your macros to 120%, right? So it's going to tell you that when you're at 100%, or if you're higher or lower, it's going to give you a warning. So you're just going to spin the little dials until you get what you need. So for example, if your fat is at 30%, your carbohydrates are at 45%, and your protein is at 25%, that would add up to 100, and you just spin those dials until you get where you got them, and then, or where you want them, right? And then you hit that check mark again, and it is gonna, and then that's gonna have your updated goals. So then, let me give you just a little sneak preview of what you can do with that. That's really all I wanted to show you for today. But once you start adding, entering all your food in here, I want to show you what it's going to look like. Okay, so if you go to diary, that'll have the daily diary. And this is another fun trick I'll tell you more in a later video, but if you have your phone upright, it will just show you the calories for each food item or for your daily total. If you want to see the full macros and other nutrition information, did you see that change? Flip it horizontal and it'll give you all that information. And just know that MyFitnessPal always goes carbs, fat, protein. So let's start tracking ours. That way it's different than the nutritional information on labels, which is super annoying, but just something to be aware of. So when you go at the end of the day, once you're tracking everything, you scroll down to the very bottom, and here it will tell you your total, and then it will tell you your goals that we just set, and that will tell you in grams of carbs, fat, and proteins right there, and then how much you either have left or how much you're over. So it's a really nice feature. But first you have to set yours at your customized ratios and your total number of calories that we're going for. Okay, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know. Good luck.